Button. Yes.
Howdy, Dr. Kim.
Hey, Colby, how are you today?
I'm good. I always feel like your lighting is so much better than mine. I'm
Well, I
just gonna,
sit right in front of a window that's
yeah.
kind of big window, door windows that kind of open up. And so, um,
You just look so much. You just look good, and I need to have some of that awesome lighting. I think is
well,
right.
I don't know if you can ever quite look as good as me, but you can try. You can I would say keep working.
It's hopeless, is what you're saying. Like there's I have no chance.
No. You're great. You're
Truth
great.
hurts
You're
a little
great.
bit. Yeah, it's truth hurts. And you know what? Speaking of truth, today we want to talk about the opposite of truth, which is lies. And so
Yeah.
I know that for me and you is for probably everybody, there's certain specific lies that we believe. I have been so surprised at the number of lies that I believe that I don't even realize are lies, and I've believed the majority of my life, and it's finally coming to the realization that these are not necessarily the way that my mind needs to think, or that I don't necessarily need to look like this or think this way or be this way, and that it's not something that is permanent. It's just amazing. And for example, part of me is a sense of I've always been afraid of that people would, once they got to know me, they wouldn't like me, and they wouldn't like the things that I was or the way that I am. And there was that always in the back of my mind. I believed kind of this subtle believing and really taking those thoughts to captive and understanding that that's not true. The Bible says, for the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We defend arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ. But really, what does it look like to take those thoughts captive and not believe the lies that the enemy is throwing at us?
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, not just from counseling perspective, that people say things like to kids, parents to kids, things like that they really don't know how it affects a child or a teenager. And so sometimes something a parent might say, really not even meaning to. And there's times when parents definitely do damage to their kids, the things they say. But a kid takes that in. You know, like if you say if you're helping them with homework, you say you'll never get this. Well, the kid thinks all of a sudden he thinks I'm not very smart. And so he begins to believe that because a parent told him that. And so all the way through his life, until he realizes it and is able to say, no, that's not right. God has equipped me to do whatever he wants me to do, that it handicaps. I mean, I see that. I think all of us have had those experiences where somebody may be an authority over us. Maybe it was a teacher, maybe it was a preacher, that said something that resonated in us, and it just became a lie. And then when you believe a lie as truth, you act on it. You don't think, oh, that's a lie, I'm believing the truth. No, you think this is true about me. And so that really complicates it. And so I think it's for all of us. I mean, one great prayer is to say, God, if there's lies I'm believing about myself, would you reveal those, and would you replace those with your truth? And I think God's faithful to do that. And so you can do that. Doing that in journaling is a great way to do that. Just say that prayer and journal and see what God shares with you. But I think we all have it. And I, even as aware as I am, every once in a while, I'll think, dude, why are you believing that? That is not true,
It's good. And even what you're saying there, just to say, okay, today for people that are listening, what is it that you're believing that's not necessarily true? And how do you need to take those captive? You said journaling, talking to counselors, talking to people, talking to friends, saying, hey, what do you see in me that I'm just getting that reaffirmation that it's not true, and then defeating that, because it doesn't necessarily mean it have to be something that defines the way that you think, the way that you live. And it's something that you can overcome. But that's my challenge for everybody today. Our challenge is what is it you're believing, and you need to stop. You need to stop believing and take captive those thoughts, and know that you are a child of God, and he created you just the way you're supposed to be, without those type of lies.
And sometimes we get in that with comparisons or whatever, but God, the one who we want to define us as God, because he has equipped us for everything we need. And so when you start thinking those negative things about yourself, talk to God, go to his word. Let's see again what he says about you, because that's the truth. That's not a lie.
Absolutely. Absolute truth. And God is always going to tell you the truth on all that stuff. So good stuff today. Enjoyed it. I hope this helps some people and others. And as we say every week, don't just be an okay man.
Be a better man.
Right. Have a good rest of your week.
Yeah. Have a good weekend.